A 72-year-old man died shortly after eating his usual breakfast. His name was Harold. He wasn't sick. He wasn't doing anything reckless. But that morning, something in his body just didn't cooperate. Within hours, he collapsed, and despite efforts at the hospital, he never recovered. Later, doctors discovered the drink he'd paired with his meal had triggered a dangerous reaction, one that interfered with both his heart medication and his digestion. It wasn't the eggs, it wasn't the toast. It was the drink and how it combined with everything else. Harold's story may sound rare, but it's not. Many older adults mix common beverages with protein-heavy meals, like eggs or meats, not realizing that age changes how the body processes food, medication, and stimulants. In this video, we'll explore 5 drinks that seniors should never pair with eggs or meats, drinks that may seem harmless, but can quietly lead to fatigue, blood pressure spikes, or worse. Stay through the end because you'll learn not only what to avoid, but also how to make safer choices that protect your heart, digestion, and energy. These small changes can mean the difference between a good day and a dangerous one. Number 1, grapefruit juice. One of the most common but overlooked drinks that can cause trouble, especially when paired with eggs or meats, is grapefruit juice. While it might seem like a healthy choice with breakfast, grapefruit juice has a unique effect on how medications are processed in the body. For older adults who are on common prescriptions like blood pressure pills, cholesterol medication, or even anti-anxiety drugs, grapefruit juice can block an important enzyme in the gut that helps break those drugs down. When that happens, the medication can build up in your system to unsafe levels without you even realizing it. You might start feeling dizzy, weak, or unusually tired after a meal, not knowing that the juice is quietly intensifying your medication's effects. And here's the thing, this reaction doesn't always show up immediately. Sometimes it takes days or weeks of regular grapefruit juice intake for the body to reach a tipping point. What's worse, when combined with protein-rich foods like eggs or bacon, your digestion slows down even more, giving the juice even more time to interfere. I knew a man named Frank, 75 years old, who was diligent about taking care of himself. He exercised, took his meds exactly as prescribed, and always had half a grapefruit or a glass of grapefruit juice with his breakfast. But after a few fainting spells, it turned out his blood pressure medication was building up dangerously in his system, all because of that innocent-looking juice. So if you enjoy eggs or meat in the morning and you're on any medication, check your labels and talk to your doctor. There are plenty of safer fruit juices out there. That won't interfere with your meds or your metabolism. A simple swap can make all the difference. Number 2, energy drinks. Energy drinks are often marketed toward younger crowds, but some older adults reach for them when they feel sluggish, especially in the morning. After all, a little boost sounds tempting when you're facing a long day. But mixing energy drinks with high-protein meals like eggs or meats can lead to serious consequences, especially for older adults whose cardiovascular systems are more sensitive. These drinks are packed with caffeine, artificial stimulants, and high levels of sugar or sugar substitutes. When combined with protein-heavy meals, they can spike your heart, rate in blood pressure in ways that are difficult for an aging body to regulate. What starts as a harmless sip can trigger an irregular heartbeat, heart palpitations, or even dizziness and nausea shortly after eating. The problem is protein-rich meals already require more digestive energy to break down. When you add a stimulant on top of that, your body gets conflicting signals, trying to digest calmly while also being forced into overdrive. It's a combination that increases stress on your heart, slows down effective digestion, and leaves you feeling more anxious than energized. There was a woman named Barbara, 68, who had switched from her morning coffee to an energy drink because she thought it was quicker and gave her more clarity. But after a hearty breakfast of eggs, sausage, and toast, she found herself feeling faint and short of breath. Her doctor later warned her that her heart couldn't keep up with the stimulation. Paired with such a heavy meal, energy drinks also have a tendency to mask fatigue instead of addressing the root cause. That makes them especially risky for older adults who may already have underlying issues with sleep, hydration, or medication interactions. If you're looking for a better morning option, stick with water, herbal tea, or diluted juice. These choices support your digestion without overwhelming your system. And remember, if you feel tired, your body may be trying to tell you something. Listening to it instead of silencing it with a stimulant is often the wiser path forward. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, cold milk. Milk may seem like the classic breakfast companion, something we've all been used to since childhood. But when you're over 65 and pairing it with eggs, bacon, or other high-protein meats, the story changes. The issue isn't that milk is inherently bad. It's how your aging digestive system handles the combination. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce less lactose. The enzyme needed to properly digest lactose in milk. This means that even if you never had a problem drinking milk before, you might now experience bloating, cramping, or gas without realizing what's causing it. And when you combine milk with protein-heavy meals, that digestive stress can be amplified. What ends up happening is a sort of traffic jam in your gut. The body works hard to break down the complex proteins in meat and eggs, but the undigested lactose slows things down, causing discomfort, inflammation, and in some cases, long-term digestive fatigue. That can lead to sluggishness after eating or even loss of appetite over time. There's also the issue of iron absorption. Dairy, particularly when consumed in large amounts, can block the absorption of iron from other foods. Eggs and meats are good sources of iron, but when you wash them down with a glass of milk, your body might not get the full benefit. For seniors who are already at risk of anemia or low energy, this becomes more than a small concern. Take Walter, for example. 81, sharp as a tack, and never one to miss breakfast. But he kept feeling full for hours, uncomfortable and lethargic, even when he ate reasonable portions. His doctor suggested switching out his cold morning milk for a warm herbal tea or just room temperature water. Within a few days, the difference in digestion and alertness was undeniable. So if milk has been a long-standing part of your breakfast, it might be time to reassess. Try removing it for a week and see how your body responds. There's no harm in enjoying dairy occasionally, but when combined with meats or eggs, especially in the morning, it could be doing more harm than good. Listening to your gut literally can reveal more than any nutrition label ever will. Number 4, iced tea. It might surprise you, but that tall glass of iced tea next to your plate of eggs or grilled meat could be doing more harm than good, especially for older adults. While iced tea seems light and refreshing, certain compounds in it, particularly oxalates, can interfere with the body's ability to absorb key nutrients like iron and calcium, both of which are crucial as we age. When paired with iron-rich foods like red meat or egg yolks, iced tea can quietly sabotage absorption. You may think you're getting the nutrition your body needs, but a strong cup of tea, especially black tea or concentrated brews, can bind to iron in your digestive tract, keeping it from entering your bloodstream. Over time, this can lead to fatigue, brittle nails, or even shortness of breath due to low iron levels, all without any obvious reason. But that's not the only concern. Many bottled iced teas are loaded with sugar or artificial sweeteners. These spike your blood sugar and can create an insulin roller coaster, especially when consumed with a protein-heavy meal. The result? You might feel energized at first, only to crash an hour later, feeling even more tired than before. There's also the issue of hydration. Despite its water content, tea acts as a mild diuretic. That means it can lead to increased urination, which may leave you dehydrated, particularly when combined with salty meats like sausage, ham, or bacon. Dehydration in older adults can quietly affect memory, concentration, and blood pressure, especially during the hot months when iced tea seems most tempting. I remember George, a 70-year-old neighbor, who drank a tall glass of sweet tea with every lunch. He loved pairing it with steak or roast chicken, but he started having dizzy spells, and tests later revealed he was borderline anemic and slightly dehydrated, despite thinking he was drinking plenty of fluids. The solution isn't to give up tea entirely, but to be more mindful. If you enjoy tea, try having it an hour after your meal, or choose herbal options with no oxalates and no added sugar. And remember, water, plain or infused with lemon or cucumber, is still one of the best things you can drink with your meals, especially if you're enjoying meats or eggs. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, fruit juice. Fruit juice might seem like the healthiest drink on the table, especially when it's labeled 100% natural or no added sugar. But when consumed with eggs or meats, especially by older adults, it can quietly create a cascade of issues that most people don't recognize right away. The primary concern lies in the sugar content. Even unsweetened fruit juice like orange or apple contains naturally high levels of fructose. When this sugar floods your system at the same time as a protein-heavy meal, it can interfere with your blood sugar balance and cause unexpected spikes. For seniors whose insulin sensitivity may already be reduced, this can contribute to fatigue, weight gain, and long-term blood sugar problems. But that's not all. The acidity in many fruit juices, especially citrus ones like orange, grapefruit, or pineapple, can disrupt digestion. Meats and eggs require strong stomach acids to break down effectively. When you combine those proteins with a high-acid beverage, the resulting imbalance can cause bloating, gas, or even reflux. Over time, this can damage the lining of your stomach or esophagus, especially in older adults who may already be on acid-reducing medications. There's also a chemical interaction to consider. Some juices, particularly grapefruit juice, can interfere with medications, especially blood pressure drugs, statins, and certain heart medications. Many older adults drink juice in the morning alongside their pills and protein breakfast, not realizing they're reducing the effectiveness of the very medicine that's supposed to protect them. One man I knew, Harold, 77, had eggs and toast with a tall glass of grapefruit juice every morning. He was taking medication for high cholesterol, but his levels weren't improving. Only after a nurse flagged the interaction did he switch to herbal tea, and within weeks his labs started to change. Juice can still have a place in your life, but it's best enjoyed on its own, maybe as a mid-morning treat or part of a smoothie with fiber to slow absorption. When you're sitting down for a protein-rich breakfast or lunch, skip the juice and opt for water or a light broth instead. And if you've been struggling with digestive discomfort, unexplained energy dips, or medication that doesn't seem to be working, take a close look at what you're drinking alongside your eggs or meat. The answer might be right there in your glass. Final thoughts. EME. 1. The story of the 72-year-old man who died after unknowingly combining the wrong drink with his meal serves as a powerful reminder. It's not always the food itself, but what you pair it with that matters most. For seniors, especially those between 65 and 85, small changes in daily habits can make a huge difference. You might be eating the right things, but if you're washing them down with the wrong beverage, you could be setting yourself up for digestive problems, nutrient deficiencies, or worse. So let's quickly review. We talked about 5 drinks, carbonated sodas, energy drinks, cold milk, iced tea, and fruit juice that may seem harmless, but when paired with eggs or meats, especially in older adults, can disrupt digestion, block nutrient absorption, and even interact dangerously with medications. These are everyday choices that can quietly build up into serious issues over time. But the good news? This knowledge puts you in control. Simply being more mindful of what you drink and when can protect your health, improve your energy, and help you get the most out of every meal. You don't have to give these drinks up entirely, but separating them from high-protein meals or switching to simpler options like water or herbal teas can go a long way in supporting your digestion, circulation, and overall well-being. The most important takeaway here isn't fear, it's awareness. You're not helpless. In fact, you're wiser than ever. With a little thought and the right information, you can keep living well, enjoying your meals and avoiding the quiet traps that catch so many people by surprise. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.